Hi, I'm Claire.
And I'm Molly.
And this is
Book Stupid. I also do forget that you're the guy who says, and this is.
Do I forget?
Yeah.
Are you accusing me? Like, does it feel like I forget?
Like, sometimes it just feels like you tease it. You absolute edge us.
I guess, okay. I think lately when we've been sort of like not matching each other, I've been going a little slower. And you know what? Maybe I have forgotten that it's me who says this is.
You've been going slower to try to keep pace with your absolutely dumb friend.
No, I think my brain is just bad. I
know.
I got a text from Emma today that said, "Hey, are you still down to be the captain of club night?" And I said, "I'm the captain of club night?"
That's crazy.
I don't remember volunteering for that, but I'm certain that I did.
It's like, give a job to the busiest woman you know, if you want it done.
The busiest woman you know asked for it, I think. Because I'm so busy, I don't remember.
That's crazy. You're captain of club night. And club night, just for you stupid heads out there, it's kind of a recurring event for our book club. It's like, what if these kind of sweet, nerdy girls who talk literature also let their freak flags fly every once in a while and hit the streets in slutty outfits?
What if we took off our glasses and strapped up our tits?
Totally. I was going opposite direction. What if we took off our glasses and our bras?
Oh,
but I like that you said,
better.
no, hoist them.
Well, it is sort of a take your top off and hoist them kind of situation. It's
and those are the two things. Those are kind of the two things you do to be slutty with your tits. You either hoist them or you take off the bra entirely.
Or you sort of fashion a bra out of whatever tape and silicone you have lying around.
The adhesive cutlets you keep in your drawer because you're a woman.
You've had for about 10 years that have just the sweat of every wedding you've ever been to.
Totally.
Inside of them. Yeah.
Do you know what's such a demoralizing experience? I was thinking of this recently. When you have to, so like, it's a warm air affair. It's a tropical wedding. It's a vacation. And you're wearing a daring deep V or a backless situation where you need to affix something peculiar to your body with fashion tape.
Oh, okay.
But that fashion tape, those little strips, well, they make you look beautiful for a night. They make you look like an asshole the rest of your stay because they leave pale strips in their wake. It'll peel off a tan with it.
I was gonna say, well, that's if that's if you got your level 2 at Sugar to Bronze beforehand.
Yeah, that's when it's worst. But it also does take off a natural tan too. It takes.
I think you should see a doctor about this.
Fashion tape takes its pound of flesh, okay?
Okay, I do love that. Put that on a pillow.
I gotta learn how to cross stitch.
Yeah, you gotta. I also don't like how it always, like, the fashion tape always has, like, dirt and dust on it afterwards, where you're like, what? Yeah.
Is that just on my skin all the time?
Right, that's scary.
It's like we're that guy in Charlie Brown who's like, you.
Wait, that reminds me. This is just relevant to what I'm going to talk about in the first part of the podcast today, but the summer camp I worked at in college, each summer there'd be like a day when all of the counselors would have to like dress up, and it was like, I don't remember, it was like a competition, like which group can like dress the best, and the aquatics team would always dress up. We'd always do like one thing together, and the second year we did Charlie Brown, and like Amanda was like Sally. Like everyone had like the cutest roles, and like all the good ones were given out, and they were like, and Claire can be Pigpen, and I was like, got it.
Okay, kind of fun though. Get to roll around in the dirt.
And the year before that, we did Peter Pan, and Amanda was Tinkerbell. You know what I was?
Hot, of course.
Do you
Nanny.
know what I was? Worse.
Were you Nanny?
Worse.
Captain Hook. You would love that. You're like sexually attracted to Captain Hook. You would have liked that.
I would have loved to be Captain Hook. I was the fucking crocodile.
Okay.
with the ticking clock in its stomach.
Okay, you act like you didn't wear a huge clock to bunny brunch.
True. I just think it's funny that Amanda always got like Amanda, friend of my life, always got to be like the small petite blonde character, and I was always like, I don't know, like a dirty animal.
Hey, if you can't make ticking crocodile sexy, it's a skill issue.
That's on you. Yeah.
It is.
And again, this was a children's camp, so it wasn't really making it sexy, but
Just to keep the record fair and accurate, I want to note that, like, of your own volition, you've chosen independent, individual Halloween costumes, including Bret Michaels and Pierre Delecto, Mitt Romney's alter ego.
yeah, people forget
What am
about
I
that.
missing?
Willy Wonka, that's a bit. I
Willy
usually
Wonka.
pick like sort of sexually androgynous, but also, in my opinion, kind of hot leaning male characters, which like
Right, so these characters
we don't have time to get into
all
all that.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So I see your cough
Sorry.
is still in town.
Yeah, it's on its way out. But
Okay.
no, I still have kind of like every 5 to 10 minutes you're going to get a gorgeous phlegm noise.
I can't wait. Oh, and a burp nonetheless.
And a burp. That's how I kind of keep it's one time in Florida visiting my parents, we went, did you have to go to Ginkgo's with us in any of your visits?
Ginkgo's? No, what the hell is
Ginkgo's. It's a massage parlor.
that? Okay.
Where there are no divisions. Everyone's just lying next to each other in a meat shop. And you keep your clothes on because you're, again, in public.
Yeah.
But they kind of focus, like, they rub you really hard outside your clothes. And they focus a lot on, like, your knees and your feet. But it, like, hurts. Like, they jimmy your knee and jimmy your foot bad.
For
2
help.
out of 5 of my family members have been jimmied so bad they had like injuries from Ginkgo's.
Why do you guys
It's-
go to Ginkgo's?
It's a bad place. They told we brought Mittens. They
Uh-huh.
told only Mittens to take off his shirt. He did it. But the guy I had the one
So
time I went to
funny.
Ginkgo's and I'd never go back, the guy I had kept burping. He would be
Ew.
massaging me, and then burping. And I came home and I told my mom, who's like the biggest fangirl of Ginkgo's. It was Mittens, my dad, me, and my brothers who went, and we all, 2 out of 4 got jimmied. One guy had to take his shirt off, and my guy just kept burping. And I told my mom this. I was like, he just kept burping. It was so gross. She goes, oh, Molly, that's actually a big part of the practice. He was siphoning bad energy off of you and burping it out. That's how you expel it.
Wow.
She was
I was
saying I
gonna
had
say, it was-
really bad vibes.
It sort of feels like he was burping you with the hitting, but then maybe it was coming out of him.
Totally.
Yeah.
Transitive.
Wow,
Yeah.
so you had really bad vibes at Ginkgo's. I can't imagine why.
I know.
Yeah.
But so that's why I don't hold in my burps, because that's how you expel bad energy.
Okay, that's good to know. Thank you for sharing.
So I'm sorry, we should return. You were mentioning group costumes.
Yes.
A core member of said group
Yes.
is your friend Colin, whose wedding you were at this weekend. How was it?
Thank you for queuing me up so nicely.
Colin, friend of the pod, marrying Julie, bigger friend of the pod.
Way bigger friend of the, well, both huge friends of the pod, but Julie literally at one point on the dance floor came up to me and was like, I was so stressed this week, and I was just like so stressed about the wedding, and then Thursday came around and it was a new episode of Book Stupid, and I felt so much better, and I was
That's
like,
so cute.
God love ya. Yeah, it was really sweet. But beautiful wedding out in Morrison, Colorado, which is right near Red Rocks Amphitheater. If you're
Hell yeah.
familiar. It was so lovely. They both looked stunning. Let's see, what are the highlights? I did a reading. I was one of 4 chosen readers. I wrote
That's a strong group.
Yes, it was a strong group. My reading was from a Sally Rooney novel. It was really fun. One thing I really liked was that they did a newspaper program. It was really cool. It had like a big picture of them on the front, and then like a timeline of their relationship, which was like really funny and well written, obviously.
So cute.
Because they're both like writers and readers, and there also was a call out on the timeline for when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, which I really liked. This was a Pennsylvania
You can take
wedding.
the kids out of Philly, but
yeah.
yeah.
And then there was a crossword, which I didn't get around to doing. I think there was a crossword. And a bingo game where you could like meet the guests at the wedding, which was really fun. And I was qualified for 2 of the squares, which I was excited about, former lifeguard and high school swim team captain, though I don't think I was supposed to fulfill that because the groom was also actually a high school swim team captain as well.
But
I
was
like,
have that title alone, now can he?
Yeah, I was like, if anyone doesn't catch the groom, I'm available for high school swim team captain.
Were people allowed to count the same person twice? Probably not.
I don't actually. I didn't interrogate.
That wouldn't fly with me if I were the bingo officiant.
I agree. It has to be a new person. I'm with you.
Rules are important.
The rules of the magic system are critical in a wedding. The vows were so beautiful. They both like cried such a tasteful amount of crying. Mm-hmm. I tip my cap to the tasteful crying.
Beautiful criers too.
Beautiful criers.
Huge.
The other big highlight was that I thought it was maybe the best wedding playlist I've borne witness to.
Huge.
I said this to them. I was like, it's not every day you hear 2 Casey and the Sunshine Bands with songs within the first hour. And my ass was shaking. There was also... Colin kept like telling people about this, which was really funny. He was like, for the last hour of music, we're going to the Jaguar playlist. And it was like...
What's that?
I still don't really know. It was just like... It was chaos mode, I believe. It was like a chaos mode playlist. So like the vibe of each different song was completely different once we shifted into Jaguar mode. Like the first song was like a Taylor Swift song, but like not. It was like not Elizabeth Taylor, but the Fate of Ophelia. It was the Fate of Ophelia, which you don't hear that at a wedding every day.
No, you know.
But then it was like at this point it was like the people who were dancing,
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we got like. There were some Irish songs in there. It was really like a roller coaster. Yeah, it was really just like a beautiful wedding. All of the speeches were so good. I love speeches at a wedding. It's like my favorite part. I'm not gonna lie.
Totally.
And yeah, it was so nice to see 2 friends get married. Oh, tears. And I got to spend the weekend with an old friend, of course, Amanda Murato, who I believe...
Tinkerbell.
Yeah, I've also... Yeah. She was my +1, although she's also a friend of Colin's. And we stayed at the Best Western in Lakewood, Colorado. My favorite thing about the Best Western in Lakewood, Colorado, it doubles as a dinosaur museum. The lobby is entirely dedicated to dinosaurs.
So freaking why?
There were like... We still don't know because, like, also the one thing about this hotel, there was never anyone at the front desk. You always had to, like, ring the bell. So I kept meaning to ask, like, hey, like, it feels like these are real fossils, but, like, you can't possibly be having real fossils at this Best Western. But I really never got to the bottom of it.
Even if they weren't real, then, like, the amount of care and attention that would have gone into those replicas, even still for a Best Western, doesn't make sense.
Right. Everything was behind glass, so I was like, there's got to be some level of...
I think those were real bones.
I kind of think so, too. I think some of them were.
Oh.
Yeah, and we kept being like, we got to take a tour of the museum. We kept saying it, but then the day kind of got away from us. We ended up getting buzz balls.
Wait, and Amanda, did she actually have kind of a user's guide for best buzzballs?
Oh, yeah,
or was
yeah.
that a joke?
Oh, yeah, no.
Can you kind of give me the hits?
She's really into buzzballs, as she kept reminding me, women owned and founded.
No way.
Yeah.
You wouldn't guess because of the balls of it all?
You wouldn't guess because of the terrible branding, the balls. this fact that it's like sort of a concentrated shot.
Right.
She ended up getting
That seems like tailor-made for date rape.
Exactly. Right. She ended up getting whatever flavor she got. She was like, this is a good one. And then she advised me on pink lemonade being a good choice. She told me the coffee one is really popular for skiers. And I was like, the thing about Amanda is that you're never really sure if she's kidding or not.
That is such a funny joke.
Yeah.
Like, not true. That's hilarious.
I don't know if it was true.
Wow.
But yeah, as Amanda said, we really know how to entertain ourselves. So the two of us were just laughing all day long. Oh, the room itself also had some dino accoutrements. We thought not enough.
What did it have?
It had one central dinosaur pillow.
Okay.
That just had the silhouette. Yeah, well, we were hoping for maybe some dino sheets.
Okay.
To the Best Western.
Oh, you thought you deserved your own bones?
No, Molly. We deserve dinosaur sheets. Sheets with dinosaurs on them.
Do you know what kind of dinosaur was profiled in your one pillow?
You know the one.
He's got don't like fucking roll your eyes. Oh,
he's
go
got that
on
big
and
old
on
horn.
I don't know.
Did you hear me? He's got that big old horn, and then sort of like a fan behind him.
A triceratops?
Kind of I don't think so. Brontosaurus? No, that's
like
the one.
3 horns. I think a brontosaurus has a long neck. No,
I think you're right. I don't know. I didn't learn enough from the Dino Museum.
Totally. Okay, well.
But yeah, also Colorado, great place for a wedding because I never got too hot. But it was lovely.
So important. Yeah. And you were wearing, what, a light layer, if anything?
Not even. I was just wearing a silk dress and no shawl.
And that's the weather report
from Morrison, Colorado.
Morrison, Colorado.
And Amanda, right before she left, was like, do you want, like, it's going to be kind of cold. Like, I'm bringing a sweater. Do you want me to bring one? And I was like, oh, yeah, could you just bring me, like, a pink cardigan? And she was like, I've been laughing about that since you sent me that text. Like, oh, like, I'm sorry, princess. I don't have a pink cardigan for you. So, anyway, I ended up with no outer layer.
So she just brought you nothing instead?
She brought me a different cardigan, but I didn't end up wearing it.
You didn't want it because it wasn't pink.
Exactly. It didn't go with my outfit.
I understand. I still want full images of you. I saw your faces and you looked beautiful, but
I'll send you a full image.
I want tip to tail. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And then we were also seated next to this guy that we hung out with one night when we were 19. So that was really fun to catch up with Troy.
How's he doing?
I said, Troy, hi, it's me. Do you remember me from the one night we hung out in 2014? And he said, of course, and then pulled up photos from the night.
Okay, Siege, that's deeply romantic.
It wasn't like that. He was there with his fiancé.
Not even, like, in terms of love. It's just romantic to remember one another.
It is. That's true. It was also funny because that was, like, the night we hung out with Troy was the night we all kind of like solidified the friendship outside of work. We all met through work, working at this camp. And like Colin had his house available one evening in the summer and he invited us all over and it was like the first time we like hung out outside of work, you know? And Amanda threw up. It was a really special night.
And now there you were at his wedding,
I know,
sitting next to Troy.
I know.
That's very beautiful.
Yeah, and we caught up about Jimmy, who was also there, who's kind of lost his way.
Oh, shoot. Sorry,
He's
Jimmy.
Fine. Yeah.
It's fun to have a guy to talk shit about with no stake in the matter.
Like, yeah, it was really fun, though.
That's really, I love that, actually.
Yeah.
How beautiful to kind of revisit a night from 2014.
I know. And I still follow Troy on Twitter, which is
amazing.
Special.
That's a real one, yeah.
And that's such a time capsule. People were following each other on Twitter in 2014.
Isn't that so funny? Yeah. My, 20 followers on Twitter is such a moment in time. You're exactly right.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, I just blabbered. What's going on with you?
No, you fucking didn't. It was beautiful.
Yeah. Okay.
Briefly, I'll just talk about my commute today.
Sure.
I kind of canonically commute through Penn Station.
Mm-hmm.
And
she's sort of a reverse commuter.
But okay, so this morning when I was going through Penn Station, beauty, kind of the merits of humanity. It was an NYU graduation, I think, just for the doctorate programs, hosted, I guess, in the Garden. But it was all of these people who have really kind of climbed the academic mountain. They're wearing their big old puffy doctor's hats, which that is nearly sufficient reason to pursue a PhD for me. A big ballooning beret. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. I get that for you.
My God.
Worth 7 years and a very little pay for that gorgeous hat.
Looking like a souffle in that gorgeous hat. Yeah, they looked really good.
Yeah.
But that was super heartening. And it's an older graduate class because doctors.
Right.
So I was just really moved at how we toil as humans in pursuit of knowledge and the advancement of our very society.
And sorry.
No, please.
It feels like rebellion in this.
It does, doesn't it?
When the oligarchs want us to not know anything and to ask ChatGPT for emotional support, and that's my that's my 30 seconds on AI for right now.
For now, okay, she's allowed to have as many of those as she wants.
And there will be more.
There will. No, truly, it feels like rebellion against oppression.
Yeah.
So that was kind of gorgeous in my morning, and then my nighttime commute, I saw the basest aspects of our humanity. Yeah. I was taking the New Jersey Transit. See, at this point, might as well just keep in reverse commuting. I was taking New Jersey Transit into Penn Station. From where? Anybody's guess.
Not New Jersey, I bet.
And there were the worst boys ever in my car. I believe they were coming from Penn State, though that makes not a lick of sense to me.
Well,
how would they have achieved that?
So I wonder if they... Well, I'll just tell you right now, that's not possible on NJT as someone who grew up in Pennsylvania. But I wonder, a lot of people from New Jersey end up going to Penn State, so I wonder if this is a group of Penn State kids who live in New Jersey for the summer.
And do you know what school's out for the summer? College school is mostly out for the summer. That's a really great point about the school year.
Yes. It is May 18th.
Girl, you're exactly right. Yeah. It was a bunch of fraternity brothers.
The case wide open.
And that's why you hire Grant and Young LLC. Yeah, no, that was really savvy of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, these were fucking brothers, fraternity brothers from Penn State taking NJT in for the Yankees game. Is it still the Subway Series? I don't even know.
Oh, I think it actually is because, it might have been. It's rivalry week. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, totally. And that means you're playing...
It don't even piss me off because we always play the Pirates and they're not our rivals. It's just like
Pennsylvania.
Yeah, they're like, and the Pennsylvanians should fight, and it's like no, it's not a thing.
We don't even think about them.
We really don't, and they actually don't think about us either. It's like pretty we're not even in the same. Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, these guys just fucking sucked, and I'm using their language because they just kept screaming at the top of their lungs, "You suck! You suck! He sucks!"
It's like,
hey,
it sounds like enemies to lovers.
Okay, then one of them literally goes, suck his own dick. And then the other guy goes, "I'd choke."
so big. Like,
Sorry, my delivery is so terrible.
No, I'm
but I was like,
good.
It's like,
it's such bad writing.
Guys,
it's kind of cringy to say it out loud.
Yeah. Oh my god! And then they were having a competition to see who could scream louder, like 2-year-olds. It was like, and then they exited the train by doing their Kappa Beta Phi chants and calls. They kept going, Penn State, let me hear you! Out to the train. That was a call and response to a bunch of weary professionals
and
doing their commute home.
For the Nittany Lions or what?
I didn't. I'm sorry, but I couldn't be arsed.
No, don't worry about it. I will say, actually, this was a big Penn State wedding I went to this weekend, and it was a great showing from the Nittany Lions.
Are you saying the NIMBY Lions?
The Nittany Lions.
Nittany?
Yeah, sure. Nittany.
Nittany.
Nittany. Yeah, you're doing like a Demi Moore thing here.
Nittany.
Nittany.
Okay, what kind of lion is that?
It's like a mountain lion. Yeah.
Don't piss me off.
And I'm not even really sure Pennsylvania has mountain lions. I don't know. Don't ask any more questions.
Okay. Don't have to ask me twice. Yeah, so I didn't like that. Okay. But it's good to hear that there are good Nittany lions out there.
There are. I think there
okay.
are. Yeah, just to quickly clear the name. But I think that frat bros from everywhere should just sort of be...
Yeah.
Stop.
We're not brother apologists.
Yeah,
we actually
I'm not your
think.
Brother. Why should I hear about it?
Keep it in the family.
Keep it at home.
Yeah. Keep that violence domestic, if you will.
And among brothers.
Among brothers. Hey, now I want to talk about our prayer books. It's been a minute since we have, hasn't it?
Yes, let's crack them open. Let's check in.
And listen, I gotta start with something. It's on my heart, okay?
Okay, yeah.
This is a couple about whom I know almost nothing.
Okay.
And yet, they are decidedly not in my prayer book.
Whoa. Okay.
The couple is Chase Infinity and Tyreek Withers. Are you familiar?
So I saw that they went on a date this weekend, but are they a couple?
It's still speculative.
Have they DTR'd yet?
Not publicly. But
okay.
they have been. They are, out there kissing, out there dating.
Okay, got it.
They just aren't talking about it. Now,
okay.
Here is why they are precluded from my prayers.
Yes.
I saw an interview with Kerry Washington, famously of Scandal.
Yes.
And you know how she and Fitz, Tony Goldwyn, have just undeniable chemistry.
They want to explore each other's bodies in front of us, yeah.
Completely. So they have a whole joke.
Okay.
Between themselves and with these actors that Chase Infinity and Tyreek Withers, not because they're a couple, independently because they look like siblings. The joke is they look like Tony Goldwyn and Kerry Washington's kids.
Okay.
If Fitz and what's her name in Scandal? Olivia Pope. Olivia Pope. If Fitz and Olivia had kids, they would look like Tyreek and Chase. Okay. So they have a group text, Tony, Kerry, Tyreek, and Chase, called the family group chat, where those two that want to explore their bodies in front of us, and those two that look like siblings but are actually exploring each other's bodies in private.
Yeah.
All pretend to be one big happy family, and we're supposed to pretend. We're supposed to pretend with them.
Okay, well, here's what I have to say about that. I do think that people who look like siblings often date, and look, I'm not making a commentary on that. I think that's just a fact. People often end up with people who look like, they share DNA, and so maybe I don't think that's actually that. I don't know. Sometimes we have to go through things before we accept that we're just attracted to someone. And sometimes the first step is, are you my brother?
Sometimes it's a long road to accepting that you're really attracted to yourself. But here's the thing. It's not their fault that they're not in my prayer book. I actually think it's perfectly fine that they're dating. Yeah. It's unforgivable because of the confines that Carrie and Tony have oppressed them with.
So maybe Carrie and Tony aren't in your prayer book.
No, they've ruined Tyreek and Chase for me.
Okay.
I can never pray for Tyreek and Chase, who seem to be lovely people, kind of nurturing something beautiful and fledgling. I can't pray for them because Carrie and Tony are perverts and they've sullied it.
Okay. I respect that point. And I really actually do think that the Carrie and Tony thing is like, it's starting to get to be a problem. Like, I think you guys need to explore each other's bodies so we can all move on.
So maybe the public can know peace.
Yeah. It's to the point where I'm like, I don't even really want to, like, you guys are kind of like freaking me out. I think you should just sort of just fuck. Oh my god.
Stop ruining these kids' lives and fuck.
And it's, you know what's creepy about that is they probably made the group chat so they could flirt. And it's just like Chase and Tyreek are like collateral damage in their long-standing flirtation.
Exactly that.
Yeah,
Precisely.
no, I'm actually with you. But it's for me, it's more about Tony and Carrie.
The impact radius is huge.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah. Yeah,
we
the
still
blast
don't
zone.
know. We still don't know the full impact.
We don't. We're still kind of counting the cost.
We're still finding the bodies.
All right, who you got? What changes do you have?
Okay, so I have, I think, two I want to talk about. Let me look at my notes again. Okay. I have someone who's not in my prayer book, a couple who's not in my prayer book, and that's going to go ahead and be Jacob Elordi and Kendall Jenner.
Sure.
I was just thinking about this the other day, and it must be so nice to be one of those people and just be like, I'm so hot, let me go hang out with another hot person and, like, flirt on the beach, and that is, like, amazing, and I love that for them. I just, like, it just feels very vapid, so I can't root for it. Additionally, I'm going to stop rooting for Jacob Elordi and his toxic ex, Jade, Olivia Jade.
Olivia Jade, who famously scissors her breasts with her mother's breasts.
Yes. I want her to suffer at the hands of Kendall Jenner. I don't think so. No. This feels like a fling to me. I'm not praying for their long-term happiness.
Wow.
Who I am praying for, and I don't think you're going to stand with me on this, Chase Stokes and Kelsey Ballerini.
That is so toxic.
And that's why I have to pray for them, because they're giving us something, you know? And I have to root for two people who seem to be telling themselves the story of, like, this is so... It's very Olivia Jade and Jacob Elordi. And I'm praying for all four of them.
So you kind of, like, view romantic relationships through the binary of, like, Olivia Jade and Jacob Elordi, or not.
Yeah,
like Olivia Jade.
The perfect relationship, Jacob Elordi and Olivia Jade. Everything else. If it ain't that, I don't want it.
Okay, Kelsey Ballerini, stand up. And then Chase Stokes, sit down.
Oh, I think they both need to sit down. I think they're both the problem. And that's why I root for them. I think they're both,
I do love how they use Instagram story as their media.
Exactly,
their
Molly.
paintbrush. Yeah.
Yes, it's the journal factory burnt down for both of them, and we're so lucky. So I have to keep them in my
That's
prayer book.
Funny.
That's not an original joke, but I'm gonna use it in this situation. Like, those two are literally doing Tumblr on Instagram, and we're so lucky to.
The journal factory burned down, but the Prayer Book Factory has never been in greater production.
Cranking it out. Yeah.
Overdrive. Yeah.
So that's my quick Prayer Book Digest.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Well, how do you feel about Chase Stokes' ex and her new paramour? Girl, Madeline Klein.
Oh, okay. I forgot that they were together. Yes. I'm very...
And Henry,
and Madeline Klein, welcome to my prayer book. You have achieved prime real estate. I like how happy you seem to make each other.
That's really sweet. I like that.
And I like that she's dating...
I root for.
I think she's kind of B-list, C-list almost. And he's like... X-list influencer, and I like that. I think that works nicely.
I agree, and I think she does burgeon on B-list because she's been in some prestige projects,
and she's very beautiful. Not that necessarily means anything, but in American society it does. So
it does, yeah. I couldn't agree more. And he's kind of like, I don't know who's the Wario and the Mario because. Am I supposed to say it this? Because I've had
better
sex.
Kind of always a little. Yeah. Okay. But
Henry, and Jacob Elordi feel like different.
Okay, I know where you're going here.
In the same universe.
I think Jacob Elordi is Wario and Henry is Mario.
Yeah.
But
they both
right.
have really good bag collections. Mm-hmm. They both like.
But I think Jacob Elordi is a little bit evil and very, very vapid. Henry seems pure of heart.
I agree. Performative but pure.
Definitely performative. Definitely. And
but pure.
If a man's not a little performative these days, it's like, okay.
Good luck, because the economy is over. All that's left is clicks and views.
You better learn how to dance if you want to provide for your family.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay, men used to go to war, now they put on their tap shoes.
Mm-hmm, with their Birkins for clicks.
With their Birkins from clicks.
So I think there's something really pressing we need to talk about. And it's the Off-Campus series now streaming on Amazon Prime.
They've got their next big hit. Their next Summer I Turned Pretty.
Yeah, it's so not that for me, but I am liking it. It's just...
They're only 3 episodes in.
Yeah, but it's the book. I'm like... I'm watching the book and I hate the book. It is better than the book.
It's better than the book. It's way better than the book.
Significantly better than the book. But I think the source text is so bad that I'm just constantly thinking about that. But how are you, as a huge fan of the Off-Campus series and a reader of all of the books, how are you handling it?
Okay, I want to be clear. I read all the books, and I read them kind of unbelievably fast. But I'm not a fan of the Off-Campus series, okay?
Yeah.
And in fact, the show is making me feel even more self-conscious for having read the books.
Okay.
Because the show makes specific decisions to depart from the books, where the books truly are catered to a 17-year-old sensibility of, like, what a man is.
Yeah.
And how a girl should be treated. The books are horrific, and it's never so evident.
Sort of fly in the face of like modern womanhood.
Yeah,
and womanhood period. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's not like it's just stuck in third wave feminism. No, these books have never heard of feminism.
These books aren't stuck in third wave feminism. These books are stuck in third grade. I think that's more the problem. It's like a journal entry. These books are like a journal entry from a teenager.
The Journal Factory, unfortunately, was still in production when Off-Campus was written. It was before it burned down.
It was cranking out volumes. Yeah.
Yeah. So there you have it.
Yeah. I find her... I do think that the choices that they're making with the plot to change it are good. Like, I like that they made her a clarinetist in the show. I think in the book she's just like a singer, right? Nothing wrong with being just a singer. But the clarinet gave her a little bit of like, okay, she's weird, which I liked. Yeah, I don't know. I think so far but like also, and then they're making I also liked this, that they're making Justin Cole the first love interest. I like that he's like a singer rather than a football player, because it was a little, you know, like having the two boys sort of like huff at each other in the book, you're like, okay, which still happens, but also every time they said like Hannah, or is it Anna? I don't remember.
Hannah with an H.
Are you finally going to talk to Justin Cole? Every time they say his first and last name, it takes me so out of the ordinary that I have to like do a lap.
Justin Cole.
Yeah, because no one calls that. He doesn't. You know, I'm a first last name. I'm Claire Grant. I'm a firsty lasty, as they call us. Justin Cole's not a firsty lasty. I'm sorry, that's not.
But Justin is such a weak firsty.
Yeah, sure. I think if to be a firsty lasty, really, ideally, you're one syllable both names. So like Jake Cole, that could have worked.
I think Erin Woods is a bit of a firsty lasty.
She is. Well, so that's different because she has an amazing last name.
Yeah. And to be fair, more often than not, she's called E. Woods.
Yeah.
Bringing it back to the monosyllabic theory.
And yeah.
Okay.
It's got to be sharper, and it's not. It just is so wrong.
Justin Cole is dull.
It's not doing it for me.
Sharpen your knives, Justin Cole. Mm-hmm. Okay, here are some big changes. I think a lot of the changes were made in favor of kind of like reducing the violent male gaze of the original source text.
Yeah, as a reminder, if you haven't read the books, sort of in every page, her breasts are described in detail.
Right.
And also in proportion to her tiny waist.
Yeah. So, like, so they literally kind of inverse that literary decision by, you'll notice Hannah is the only girl character whose tits are not shown, despite her having, that actress has amazing boobs. Unfortunately, as much as I think that the book was like, and her boobs, every time I'm watching the show, I'm like, her tits are amazing. Yeah. I know. But like, you see Allie's tits within the first like 10 minutes of the first episode. You never see Hannah's tits.
Which, that was gratuitous, I just want to say. Like, having the roommate strip to nude just so she could be like, did you finish your pop song yet? Like, what are we doing? Come on, that was gratuitous.
Yeah. Directed by Sam Levinson.
Yeah.
The other thing, and this is going to be a spoiler, but it's important.
It's okay.
One of the major departures they make. You remember at the end of the book, towards the end of the book, when Garrett, and Hannah have broken up temporarily. It's their night of the darkest soul or whatever.
Yeah, sure.
But Garrett puts out the notice to every man on Briar campus. You're not allowed to date Hannah in a truly misogynistic, toxic, controlling capacity.
Right.
In the show...
God, I have repressed so much of this book.
In the show, guys are kind of avoiding her, acting skittish around her. She goes to confront Garrett. She finds her way into the locker room. Penises everywhere. And she's like,
yeah, of course.
Like, Garrett, where the fuck are you? Like, how dare you? And he comes in and he goes, oh my God, Hannah, I would never do that. And now the locker room is kind of like coordinating, like, how did this come to be? And it's like, Logan told one of the underclassmen, like, don't fuck with Hannah, like, and then that underclassman passed it on as Garrett says nobody can hook up with Hannah. And then it snowballed. But literally they make a point of Garrett saying, I would never presume to tell you who you can or can't date. Like, subtext, that's toxic.
Okay, there is a lot of that. I also loved where the part where he's like trying to talk. It's when they're at the restaurant that she works at, and he's trying to convince her to do the deal with him, and she goes, well, hockey is one of the only sports where fighting is actually encouraged. In fact, in the first period, you often fight so as to create camaraderie. I was like, Okay, we get it.
That's awesome. It's awesome. Also, way to work in the titular deal.
Yeah.
Really good stuff.
Thank you. Also, wait, I have to talk about, but yeah, sorry, I think they are trying really hard to make this like an okay story to tell.
To make it ethical. Really? Yeah.
Because it is really like, I said this when we read the book, I mean, it's as if a man wrote it.
They are doing Cirque du Soleil to make this a palatable story.
Also,
Yeah.
Why the hell are they putting her in that fuck-ass bike helmet? I don't care. I don't care that it's safe. I don't care that you absolutely must wear a bike helmet when you're riding a bike.
Why that one?
Why that one? It is entirely sexless. And two, I'd rather assume that she doesn't even know how to ride a bike than see her in that bike helmet. It makes her so sexless, that bike helmet, to me.
It's like a baby with a misshapen head has to wear a corrective helmet.
Yes. It is corrective helmet vibes. It's like your emo friend in 5th grade who skateboards vibes. It's so bad. And I'm like, why can't we just have her walk to class? I'd rather her walk to class than wear that helmet.
But then how would she... you're not even there yet. The bike...
You can spoil it, it's fine.
She calls her mom after Garrett breaks up with her, crying because her bike is broken. And obviously it's not about the bike.
Of course not. It never was.
Yeah. The other kind of like overarching theme they introduce in the adaptation, they kind of introduce, or like, in one case they entirely create a net new character in Jules, sibling to John Logan.
Okay.
And then
you're so good with the
instance,
names of these boys. I'm like the one with brown hair.
John Logan, played by Renee Rapsax.
Whoa. Okay. Thank you for that tea.
Subject of, and I'll dance by myself in the living room.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so they create his sibling Jules, and then they really, really kind of punch up and meeting up. Give a lot more substance to Beau's sister. What's her name?
Who's Beau?
Much more important later in the season.
Okay.
What is her name?
I don't think I'm even there yet.
No. Hey, I'm gonna spoil something for you, and stupid heads are not gonna like this if you've not read every single off-campus book. Beau dies.
What the fuck? I don't even know who Beau is.
He's being made very central to the show. He's like the one best friend that's not on the hockey team, and he's really Dean's best friend.
I literally have no
but
idea
he's
what you're
included with everything because they're fraternity brothers.
Okay.
But he has a sister who's on Broadway, and both of these sisters are brought in as much more prominent characters than they are in the books, largely to serve similar purposes, which is be perverts.
Cool.
Be like observe and report perverts.
Be perverts? Okay, I see what I haven't gotten to the point with the other sibling being a pervert yet, but I did find that Jules running the Fifth Line TikTok account that's centered on gossip around the hockey team, and the hockey team is the brother of the connection Jules has to the hockey team is the brother. Took me out of the ordinary entirely. You wouldn't never catch me having a fan account for my brother. No
Not
matter.
just a fan account?
Gun to my head.
No, not just a fan account, like a Dumois gossip account.
A gossip
about the
account.
Sexual activities of their brother and the friends.
And I also just think it was such an unnecessary addition to the plot. Like, I don't know if Jules is going to have their own storyline that's going to be like interesting? I don't really know, but I thought that was so weird and unnecessary when you could just, like, I don't know, create, like, a new social media where people gossip or something. Like, you didn't have to have this, like, TikTok account from this sibling. Like, that would never happen.
No.
Of course, this whole thing is ridiculous, but...
It's so ridiculous. I also think in the book, the John Logan book, his sibling is a brother, and he and his brother have an agreement, like, each one of them has to do their time kind of, like, supporting their alcoholic dad. And clearly, in this kind of reimagining for screen, Jules and Logan are siblings around the same age, kind of both just, like, aware that their mom is in rehab.
Okay. I haven't gotten to that part yet.
Yeah. So perverse, though, right?
Unbelievably. Also, I had totally forgotten, because I'm on episode 3. I'm actually hadn't finished episode 3 yet. I'm on episode 3 entitled The Orgasm. And I had totally forgotten about the sexual assault plotline and how poorly how indelicately that was handled in the book. Do you think how do you think the show handled it? You don't have to answer this question if you don't want to.
Much better than the book,
okay.
But the bar's in hell. You know? But I actually do think it's handled pretty well. That's
the book stupid review of the off-campus series. The bar is in hell, but much better than the book.
Yeah, actually, though. And then they use Beau's sister as this weird kind of, like, provocation vehicle for Allie. Because Allie's fighting her feelings for Dean.
Of course, loving that, by the way.
Hot, actually.
That is actually very hot. What's happening there? Loving that she hates her boyfriend.
I think they're a lot of people's favorite.
Yeah. I'm way more rooting for them. Although, again, I actually think the depiction of Hannah and Garrett on screen is so much better than the book that I'm, like, charmed.
He's getting rammy.
Yeah.
No, I'm agreed. But, okay, so there's a point late in the season when Allie's fighting her feelings for Dean. Mm-hmm. So they introduce Beau's sister to kind of be like, hook up with someone random. Prove you can. And this sister, literally, they go cruising at like an upscale cocktail bar together. Like, Allie is underage, and they're cruising at this upscale cocktail bar. And the sister is sitting the sister is graduated. She's an adult woman working on Broadway. Oh. She's sitting in a chair just watching Allie at the bar, going, "Go on, get him."
Okay, so she's getting her wicked jollies.
Like, the siblings are perverts.
Yeah. I think that the Jules plotline, it confounds me. Can you imagine if your, like, brother ran an Instagram account about, like, I don't know, this podcast, and, like, I went on a date and it was covered by the Instagram account?
It's so upsetting, for real. I'm like, I don't know if we're supposed to find Jules' snark endearing, but listen, I fucking don't.
Hate it so much.
They're a really unlikable character.
Yeah. Just to go back to your point about how they're minimizing the male gaze as much as possible, like, I think you're right. I do think they're doing a much better job, but then all of a sudden there will be a line or something where you remember what we're dealing with. And one example for me was when Allie was putting her in little outfits for the big costume party, and the Garrett was like, "Don't you have any thigh-high boots? You know, those, like, real sexy ones?" And Hannah was like, "I have boots, but not fuck-me boots." And I was like, oh, Jesus Christ.
No, it's, I have girl hot boots, not boy hot boots.
There was also that of, like, we need to make you boy hot, not girl hot, which I actually thought was kind of astute, because there is a difference.
There is.
I just, like, every once in a while some of the language seeps in a way that's, like, so, like, oh my god. And you know that, like, teens are watching this, and you do start to be like, okay. Yeah. When we watch it, it's fine.
Because our frontal lobes are developed. Ha ha ha.
We get to enjoy off campus without, you know,
without risk of corrosion.
Yeah. Our brains are hermetically
absolute
sealed.
Disintegration. Yeah. No, and specific to that bootleg, because it exactly...
Yeah.
It struck such a
It sticks
nasty,
out.
discordant note for me, too. No, what she says after that is, we only wear those when we don't want to shave our legs.
Which is like, that's actually kind of funny and true. Like, that's something you or I would have said, but without the whole, like, are you going to wear your fuck me boots today?
Totally. Also, if anyone is watching the podcast with us today, there's not an earthquake that only I'm experiencing. My dog is chewing my desk and it's shaking really hard. And Siege and I aren't doing stage crew later tonight.
Yeah,
We're both
we
wearing
are.
black t-shirts.
We're wearing like the exact same shirt, actually. Like a tight fit black tee.
High neck.
A high neck
Yeah.
with a gold chain.
Mine's Uniqlo.
yeah.
What's yours?
Abercrombie.
We kind of look like
Nice.
Guidos.
Yeah, we kind of
Like
do. We kind of look like we're gonna, I don't know, go cruising later.
Hey, Grease
at the
Lightning.
upscale cocktail bar.
Yeah. I saw
okay.
your note about Van from Reba being the abusive dad.
Thank you for the name, Van, because I was sitting in bed last night watching Off Campus and I was like, what was his name? Van being the abusive dad. So Van is
Yeah.
the boyfriend from Reba who was so unbelievably charming. Can't believe he hasn't gotten more work since Reba, because he was great in Reba.
So
And,
he had like a huge role in Shameless.
oh, sure. Okay, I'm sure he's been doing just fine then.
He like was. Yeah,
I take
he
it all
was a
back.
Prominent role. Steve Howie is his name. Let's see. Girl, this man's been working consistently.
That's on me. Listen, I'm not an expert
do
in
you
all
know?
media, but I try.
2 other kind of like really formative films he was in. Bride Wars.
Okay.
Are you not? Come on, that's not ringing your bell.
I've seen it.
Oh, I love Bride Wars.
Yeah.
And he's like the good husband with Kate Hudson, the foil
See-
to Anne Hathaway's bad husband.
I don't know what role he plays in Shameless, but he was so good in Reba, like as a good person, like good boyfriend, good
Yeah.
dad, whatever, I don't know. And now he's playing like abusive evil dad, which I hate.
Totally. It's tough. No, I love Anne from Reba.
Yeah.
And here's what I'll say. He's hot enough
He's
to be
hot
a hot
enough.
dad. Yeah.
And to be a hockey player, for sure.
Yeah. So well cast in that respect, but we have notes otherwise.
Bad dad, fine hockey player. You know?
Totally.
It happens. Okay, what else are you chewing on this week?
It's time I finally bring one of my long-time romance obsessions to the Book Stupid listeners.
Let's do
I
it.
can't believe it's taken me this long. I rewatched this weekend while I was sick.
Okay.
I cannot express how critical a source text the movie LOL is in my life. LOL.
I did kind of forget this about you.
Starring Miley Cyrus, who is a fucking rock star. But this is before she fixed her teeth, which is fun. It's that era where she is like very much like the blue eye pictures, like
Got it. Okay.
I'm making my eyes really wide. You guys know the
Yeah,
picture. She's
you
like,
know the
my eyes
picture.
are blue.
Yeah,
Look.
it's like when someone tells you they have blue eyes. Yeah, you know the meme.
Yeah. You know the
Yeah.
meme. Okay, it's right squarely in that era of Miley
Okay.
Cyrus. Her mother is played by one Demi Moore.
Demi?
Demi, the very
Wow.
same.
Okay, I see
Demi
that
Moore,
from
Demi
them,
Moore.
honestly.
Yeah, it fucking works. Okay, so here's the thing about LOL. It got like critically panned, and that's an understatement.
Mm-hmm.
This movie could not be more reviled by people who like movies.
But for you, it's
It is
really
ev-
special.
For me, it is everything. It is set in Chicago. Okay. And I should also note that this film was originally a French film, and then this is an adaptation.
Lol.
Lol. An adaptation
Sorry.
set in Chicago, famously the Paris of America.
Completely.
It's such a good sceney Chicago vibe, even though I believe after looking it up it was mostly filmed in Michigan. But
Okay.
the vibes are and they do so many like great shots of like Lake Michigan, like just it's so good. It's so good, the sense of place you get, and that place is a perfect place. Chicago in the summer.
Chicago, one of our top 3 cities.
A good classic.
Yeah.
Okay, so also kind of a way they carry the spirit of the original French film into this movie about high school teenagers. They all kind of kiss each other on the cheeks like French diplomats.
Love that.
When I was a high schooler, sorry.
What a beautiful ode to the... Yeah, I like that. That's all.
It's a good homage.
Yeah.
Can you remember ever kissing someone on the cheek as a teenager?
I don't think I ever touched my friends. And I had never kissed on the lips, so no. Let alone
Even
the
now, like a kiss cheek is a cheek kiss.
cheek. Can you imagine if I did that to you? Bisou,
And
bisou.
it's clearly a flirting device, which honestly I think it's because I saw LOL as like a 14-year-old, but like in my head, that was the move to take a friendship to something potentially romantic. All you had to do was
kiss on the
kiss them on the
cheek?
cheek once.
Like
It
Judas.
communicates like Judas.
I'm about to betray the sort of contract that we have.
I'm not kidding. I'm a 14-year-old freshman going, well, maybe if I just kiss him on the cheek after school one day, he'll know.
If you
He'll
had done
think
that
of
as a
me different.
14-year-old, I think you would have been reported. Said with love.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, but LOL absolutely dug its claws into my brain. Okay, very, very early in the film, this is one of the kind of like context-setting scenes.
Okay.
Miley comes home from a hard day. Basically, like, her whole deal is, like, within her friend group, she just keeps dating different guys in the friend group, and her whole move
Keeps
is
kissing
kinda,
on
like,
the cheek.
Totally. And then that's how it starts. How it ends is she shoves a boy and just walks away. Shove and walk. Oh, you're a jerk. Walks away. Ends the
Okay.
conversation.
Okay, that's how she breaks up.
Two classic, literally, that's how she ends a relationship. Two
Awesome.
classic moves that to this day I'm like, maybe that's how it works.
Maybe I should try that next time I have a crush. Kiss on the cheek.
And then if you want to end your engagement,
You're a
you're
jerk.
a jerk. Walk away. Yes. You've got it.
My bra
It's like
strap
you've
just
seen
fell
LOL.
Jerk. All right,
So
I'll try it.
an early context setting scene. She's had a hard day of shoving boys and telling them that they're jerks. She comes home to her Chicago townhouse where her mother, Demi Moore, is already bathing with her little sister, who's, even though Miley is, let's say, 16, her younger sister is inexplicably like 5. Okay, so Demi and the 5-year-old are in the tub nude. Miley walks into the bathroom, like this is their after school routine. She strips buck naked and now starts the shower, which is separate from the tub, but they're all naked bathing together, these women of the family. Demi
Feels
Moore goes,
French.
Lola, is that a Brazilian? Mom, it's my body, my grooming choices. Lola, is that a Brazilian?
Okay, I just got French whiplash because one, the bathing nude together. This feels actually very like French agenda. Like we're bathing nude together and we're not shaving our bushes.
Well, Demi seems to not be, or if she is, she thinks Miley's too young to be doing such a thing.
Which I agree with Demi Moore.
Demi Moore.
If my 50, how old is she supposed to be? 16?
Let's call her 16.
My 16-year-old I would find that odd.
I would too. You know,
But I also
Demi
had a
does-
mother who was like, you will never, why would you ever shave your bush? What's wrong with you? You pervert.
My mom was like, shave your bush. I was like, I can't. It comes back bad. I get a rash. She's
mom
like,
was-
wear
you were-
board shorts. Sorry, bitch.
You were like, they haven't yet invented the technology that will, like, there isn't a lawnmower strong enough.
I'm gonna have to wait a good decade before they have technology sufficient to eradicate my bush. Yeah, it's tough out there. The dog is just chewing my chair so hard. Okay, so the last thing I want to say about LOL, and this is the most important point of the whole movie.
Okay.
The music bangs.
Okay.
So the guy who becomes the real love interest, again, obviously all in the friend group, he's in a band.
Yeah.
They're all in a band together, but he's the moody musician who his rich dad is like, stop it with your music, get your grades up. And he's like, you don't understand me, Dad.
Okay.
He's
kind of the Justin
singer.
Cole.
He's the Justin Cole. I think his name is Chase or Chuck or something.
Of course, yeah. I hope it's Chase.
Okay. So he's the front man of the band, and there's this one song that goes, I won't let you go, now you know, I've been crazy for you all this time. And it rocks. It's really good. Okay. And it's his original, and it slaps.
Wow.
That's fine and good. The real needle drop that rewired my brain.
Okay.
It's a party scene. Lola throws a party at the townhouse while her mom is out of town. They kind of drug her grandma, who's the chaperone. They give her a very stiff drink.
It's French.
French.
Yeah.
But it's, a teen party. They're drinking. They're smoking cigs inside. Mm-hmm. But it's kind of good, innocent fun. It's good French fun, okay? And then... And Miley and this other friend who, it's been a will they won't they the whole time so far. And they're, almost kissing, then not kissing. Now her friends pull her up onto the coffee table, and they're all dancing together. And now he kind of, lifts her from the coffee table and, slides her down, and they kiss. And then they're like, let's go try to have sex. And they're both like, we're not ready. And it's just
Cute.
a sweet,
Sorry.
But the whole song that's playing during that whole scene, it's so sweet. It's the best scene ever.
Yeah.
It's, perfect. And the song that's playing is The Big Bang, I think. I don't know if the band is.
Oh my god, it's the Big Bang Theory theme song?
Do you know the song? It's The Big, Big Bang, the reason I'm alive. No?
Sorry.
I'll send it to you.
Okay.
It's so good.
Okay.
That's
well,
all.
I need to watch LOL because I don't even think I've seen it, and I know it's such
I'll watch it with you.
Please. I know it's such a formative film for you, and it's been actually a while since we talked about LOL, so I'm glad we could recap it.
I think it's a cult classic. I think people are afraid to come out of the woodwork and say how much they care about LOL.
Write in if you are part of the cult, please. We are looking for cult members. The LOL cult.
Demi Moore ride side saddle on a policeman's motorcycle.
What the hell? Okay.
This movie has everything.
This movie has it all.
What about you? What else have you been consuming?
Nothing really. I'm pretty laser focused on off campus right now. I meant to tell you, I've been doing a lot of airports right now. I don't know if this isn't my bedroom.
You don't see her bags?
Yeah. You don't see my trash and suitcases and vacuum cleaner. This is clean. This is not my home. I have been on airplanes a lot. I didn't watch anything on any of my flights, weirdly, because I keep falling asleep. Just as soon as I'm in motion, I'm out like a light. I did want to let you know, sorry, this is such an intrusive thought, that I did have to honorably discharge my Vera Bradley duffel in the Denver airport yesterday.
No.
The zipper broke.
That is such a short lifespan.
I know. The zipper broke, and I actually, thank God I got to the airport 3 hours early because Amanda's flight was earlier than mine. So I had to, you wouldn't believe the Jenga I'm doing in my bags right now to make this work. But I did have to.
That's terrible.
Yeah, I had to throw out my Vera in Denver. But I think
first Vera lasted 15 years.
50, something absurd, yeah. They don't make them the same anymore.
A year?
Yeah.
Isn't that a statement on American manufacturing generally?
It is, Molly. And I do have, I will say the Vera I had was differently shaped than the OG Vera, and I think that contributed significantly to her demise. But anyway,
and
sorry.
You do put great strain on your Veras.
I do. I sort of am shoving unbelievable amounts of sweaters in there. But I wanted to tell you that I'm reading a new romance. It's not a new to me romance, called Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. I'm not totally... I'm going to just do a light touch on it because I'm not that far into it yet, but I'm not really... It's something I think I've seen on people's lists, so I'm reading it. And I knew nothing about it going into it. This is a second chance romance about divorce.
I like those. Interesting.
Yeah. And I think it's not really singing for me because I think what I like about second chance romances is it's usually like some tragic thing we couldn't control ended the relationship, or we didn't date for that long because of whatever, or like we were ships in the night. This just feels like, okay, maybe the relationship ran its course and divorce is just a reality of life and maybe we don't need to date our ex.
Backslide.
It feels like a backslide. I'm only 13% of my way into the book though, but I will say it's like not something I'm really like. Once I realized it was a second chance divorce book, I just wasn't in the mood to pick it up. So I'm a little... No. The one thing I do like is this kind of combines my two favorite genres of romance and like, not thriller, but like mystery, because there's clearly something really bad happened. Something really bad happened in the woods. No, something really bad happened in Atlanta, where this book is set. And it was like irreparable. Like they couldn't continue on as a unit. So I'm sort of excited.
Death of a child situation.
I think it is. I think it's Death of a Child, which I'm really not into.
No.
Also, it's just like kind of a corny book. Like I've only highlighted. I went to see what I've highlighted so far, and the only thing I highlighted was that and I love my body, even though sometimes I have a troubled relationship with it. And it feels like...
line read was perfect.
And by the way, I love my body. It's just like, all right.
Tell your Zepbound story, narrator.
Exactly. This does kind of take do you mind if I transition us into our writing of the day? Because it did kind of like, I was thinking about this and then thinking about what we're doing for today, and like, I think I'm going back and reading some of my writing in the book. So this is just a workshop episode. We're workshopping something. We're bringing something to the table to workshop. We've done it before, you know. But I sometimes in rereading my draft, I'm like, this is corny as hell. And it's upsetting to me because I hate corn. I can't digest it. Additionally, I'm not corny. I'm funny and cool and interesting. So anyway, I decided to take 2 paragraphs from the book that I thought were corny and had issues with, and I rewrote them, and that's what I'm workshopping today. Also, I want to say, just put this out here, I'm in a really bad place with the book. I don't... rereading it last night, I was like, I fucking hate this. So... that's where I'm at mentally with what I've written. Any questions?
First of all, I really love the framing of your exercise. That feels like a great... it resonates. Okay. I think, like, obviously romance, you have to play to tropes. That's, like, the foundational promise of the genre. But I also found myself playing to, like, stylistic conventions of the genre, which can skew corny. Like, just because often romance is written a certain way doesn't mean it's how I write, and like I'm having a hard time with that dissonance. So I agree.
I almost think you, like, I don't know if it's possible to eliminate the corn.
And that's like probably fine. It's just so long as it's actually smart and funny, like that's But it is like there are just so many like like she gruffed or like
totally
like his smile lit up his eyes. There's literally, I say that in the passage I'm workshopping. There's like, so many stereotypical phrasing things.
Yeah, and I do think maybe it's just a balance of, like, because even I think about my favorite romance authors, and they have a spoonful of corn in there, where it's like...
Completely.
Like, I think about Catherine Walsh, whose dialogue writing I find, like, top tier, and, like, it's not like she doesn't rely on the conventions of the trope. So, like,
Completely.
It's not... I don't know. I think I just am... And I think I'm just generally like, do I hate my book and do I need to start over? But I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't think that's a good idea. But I just don't really know I'm at a crossroads.
I like your... Okay, if it helps or hurts, not sure. Feel the exact same. Like, I am...
It does help.
I'm actually less... I'm not deliberating as much as you are. I'm sure. I'm scrapping almost everything I've written. I'm not scrapping, like, the underlying premise.
Yeah.
But as in finding my characters more soundly... I'm like, the fuck did I write?
Yeah.
Because it was plot first, and honestly, the plot wasn't that great.
Yeah, and I think I've been so obsessed with my plot, and I'm starting to wonder if, like, I need to make foundational changes that will just make the writing easier in a good way. Because I think right now I'm, like, struggling with plot points that are just, like, I have forced myself into a box I don't need to force myself into, and I think maybe, like, the plot could be better if I just, like, eased up on, you know, like, I don't know. My real issue is, like, making both of these characters producers on the show is just, like, actually hard to like, they need to have more beef, and or, like, more of, like, a real conflict, and I think having them work together is really, like, I'm not sure it's working out. Which is fine.
That's okay, right?
Yeah.
I also am thinking, like, my scope is too big. Like, we're going to talk about the new Carly Fortune next episode.
Next week.
But
yeah,
but I did already read it, and while there's, like, flashing back and to present in terms of their, like, total timeline together, most of the plot happens within, like, 8 days.
I like that.
There's, like, a little bit of jumping, but I think, right, like, I'm kind of writing the story that spans years, and it's like, girl, what? No.
Yeah.
Like, this is a few months max.
Yeah, and, like, honestly, all of my favorite, like, things that I think are really successful often are very tight. I like tight work. That's like that I like things that aren't my favorite albums are often 30 minutes.
Yeah. It can feel super self-indulgent to do more.
Yes, yeah. And so I think that's where I'm like, I'm writing this plot because I thought it was a good idea. And it's like, okay, like, it can be a good idea, but it doesn't have to be the idea.
Yeah.
So anyway, but that's, like, a different conversation. Should I get into my workshop a little?
You should.
Okay. Because, like, I do think, like, I don't know, I may start over, to be honest with you. But, like, you have said this, like, a lot of it will stay. I just think things have to change. But the 2 paragraphs I was reading and not really liking, why I didn't like them, I thought, like, I was trying to, you know, especially in Enemies to Lovers, where it's like these 2 people are disagreeing, or they're like, are butting heads, but then at the same time she's also starting to be, like, kind of attracted to him. And I think that is kind of a tough thing to nail, where you'll be like, oh my god, he just pissed me off. Anyway, let me read what I had. This comes after, like, a conflict that they have where they're, like, in the same building, in an apartment building, and it's like a neighborly fight that they have. Okay? That's all the context you need. And she goes upstairs, well, a little bit more. She goes upstairs to tell him to, like, turn his music down and stop, like, being so loud. Okay? Now she's back in her apartment. I swear the furniture building and the music get a little louder for the next 10 minutes, but it does eventually fall silent again, except for the occasional putter around what would be the kitchen, where I imagine Zach is seasoning whatever was in that pot. Why am I imagining Zach in his kitchen right now? I'd rather imagine Zach in a prison cell, rotting away for the rest of his life. Like, kill me. Or stranded on a desert island with nothing to watch but reality TV, since he seems to hate it so much. Like, okay, so this is what I don't like about these paragraphs. It feels like it's like I'm really trying to hammer home these two are enemies. It's like, we get it. They're enemies, but you're also kind of attracted to them. It's a little too much exposition, I think, is my problem. And I actually don't think I solved it with what I rewrote. But what I was trying to, again, like, I just hate everything I'm writing right now. But what I tried to do with these 2 paragraphs that I rewrote was, like, give it a little bit more texture, rather than just be like, he's so annoying. Just, like, saying he's so annoying, you know? Or saying, why am I thinking of him? Which I feel like is a thing everyone does in every book ever. But again, I also hate this. So this is my rewrite. Right as I walk back into my apartment, Zach switches the song as if on cue. It's still way too loud, but it's a song I like, which is even more annoying. As I go back to my corkboard, I find myself singing The Only Boy Living in New York along with Paul Simon. The smell of garlic and maybe a little rosemary intensifies as I unpack my takeout sushi and sit down to eat. As much as I love crispy tuna crispy roast? I don't know. Whatever Zach is cooking, a roast chicken maybe, does smell fantastic. That's like all I got. Like, I hate this. I don't know what to tell you. I hate what I'm doing.
It's good. And actually, both are good.
I think like, all of it's bad. And I don't know what to do.
It's good. Though what you wrote, the second attempt at this definitely had more texture. It felt more idiosyncratic, more real to humans, to people, and to her specifically.
Yeah,
but
it's definitely an improvement.
I do the same thing, especially. I mean, like, I don't know. It's the muscle memory too, because we read so much of this, and you're
so
writing.
True.
It can feel like, you know, it takes a lot to get going, and then once you're going, it's just like, like you're invoking this phrasing without even thinking about it. But like, how many times in our like short sprint romance exercises have I used like, why am I thinking about his lips? Why am I thinking about his laugh? Why am I?
And it's like, have you ever thought that about a crush ever? Like, you're just sort of like, oh my god, I love his lips and his arms, and like, I wish I could kiss him on the cheek. Like, you're never, and I'm just pissing me off.
Ding, ding, ding. I'm having the exact same reckoning, and it's good we're having it now.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think we wouldn't be happy with books that were too heavy-handed with those. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I don't need to, I mean, like, I'm not Stephen King. I've accepted that a long time ago.
I'm not.
But I do want it to be good.
Dan Brown.
I'm not even fucking down. I don't think I'm even James Patterson. But I want it to be, I want the writing to be good. Fucking sue me. And I just know, I'm capable of better, so I'm annoyed. That's where I'm at right now.
I couldn't agree more. And for what it's worth, I think you have a lot more good bones. Good dino
I think my bones have osteoporosis, but thanks.
I don't agree. But I think this is a worthwhile intervention.
I think so too. And like, I'm really struggling because I like a lot of the scenes I write. Like, I'll reread a scene and I'll be like, that's really good, but I just don't. I'm annoyed. I'm in a bad way right now.
Girl, I agree. I agree.
Okay, tell me what's. Do you have any advice for me? I guess this is a workshop session, so like, any thoughts?
I like what you did, and cool. I think we should both keep doing that. Like,
okay,
I don't know.
Just keep working it out. I think it was a clip of Anne Lamott, who we, famous white woman with dreads, who we did cover in an episode once. And she was like, you just have to keep writing. Like, the world, your brain doesn't want you to write. So just, like, fucking do it. It's gonna be bad. It's bad. What you write will be bad. But you have to do it.
Yeah.
I think it's part of the process.
It is. We should also, for each other and ourselves, keep a key of phrasing like that, where it's like, like
a list of no-nos.
Right. Once you see it or hear it and recognize it for what it is, you're like, oh my god. But
what am I doing?
I think your gut check of like, have I ever thought that kind of phrase or felt that kind of way? Like, that's a good keep it grounded in real people's experiences.
Yeah.
Know your character well enough that they are a real person to you, and then, like, I don't want my character to be some kind of freak whose interior monologue is like, why am I looking at his lips so much?
Because you're a pervert, and that's why I like you. Like,
right.
Like, I'm trying to think of a different way that's done. That I like it when sometimes the character's like, I can't stop thinking about his arm, but I really shouldn't. Like, I think that is more like, and that feels more of real to like
real.
When you have a crush on someone, you know you really shouldn't like go there. You're kind of like, I gotta stop thinking about that, but not like, you're not like, why am I thinking about his arms? It's like, because I want to have sex with him.
I don't understand any of my thoughts.
Yeah, like, she's not a dumb bitch. Let's remember that.
Yeah, you're not like receiving messages from muses, like thoughts implanted into your brain with no willpower. It's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what we'll do.
Yeah. So I guess this is more of just like an emotional support episode, but tell me...
We're both down bad, let's be clear. I've got no leg to stand on.
Yeah, it's going.
Okay. So my workshop... so bad. I've been... I really have been back to the drawing board, down to studs. When Catherine Walsh told us, know your characters well enough and then let them tell you what they do.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, so I've like barely met my characters.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm still trying to like contort them into this like one brunch scene I really care about. Like, it's so fucking stupid. So I do from the jump have had a much clearer idea of who my protagonist Annie is.
Okay.
Like, she's the gunner. She cared so much through her 20s about things that looked prestigious to, you know, reach the end of her 20s and find them mostly hollow. Like, she's like she's a really smart, ambitious person looking for goals and frontiers worth her ambition, because she's finding a lot of what she believed in she doesn't anymore. So we've talked about like how it's hard to address the job stuff too, but all that to say, Annie, I have her contours. She feels realer to me each time I write. Seth, our love interest, couldn't say the same. I know he's handsome. I know he's really hot.
Yeah.
That's kind of all I knew about him. So my workshop... Sorry.
I just want to say, I think that the men are much harder. I think the male love interest is so much harder for me to write than my female main character. Like, I sympathize with this issue. Yeah.
So that's what I tried to do, and just kind of a standalone thing today. I was like, I want Seth to have an important conversation with Annie about like kind of the crux of her personal conflict.
Yeah.
And I want to know how he reacts to a similar stimulus.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
So it's just a way for me to know Seth better.
Okay.
But it's
within
the vein of, it's kind of like, how does he react to the thing that is most painful to Annie?
Okay.
It's kind of all you got. And I'm just going to jump in.
Sort of like an off-campus Hannah's sexual trauma moment, if you will.
Totally exactly that.
Okay.
All right, it's literally 300 words. Annie hums a non-committal note and studies the cheese plate between them. I like my job, Seth insists, hands up in surrender. Sure, same, Annie says with a wink. Why is that so unbelievable to you? The way he asks is patient and probing, not challenging. She shakes off her defensive posture and thinks about it for a few seconds of silence. I think very few people like their jobs. They like how their job makes them feel, or they like how their job makes them seem. But it's unusual that someone finds the work a reward in and of itself. Seth nods and waits for her thoughts to unfurl. And while I think friction in life, the striving, the striking out, the inconvenience, is what sharpens our humanity, I don't believe labor is intrinsically good or moral. I hear you, comrade, Seth smiles. So it's hard for me to believe that it's your work, the inputs and outputs of your daily desk job, that you like. She heaves out a sigh as if she's not happy to deliver the hard truth. But Seth just shrugs, an easy smile still lighting up his eyes. There are things that bother me about my job for sure. The worst is the dissonance that I feel from the actual building. And I'm still old school. My architecture program at Austin basically just teaches AutoCAD now. They don't even draw anymore. Annie nods. She relates to this feeling of alienation. But I do my best to stay close to the materials and the situational context of my projects. And the truth is I like the challenge. It's impossible to build beautiful, important things within budget, liability, and spreadsheet constraints, and yet I do. He says it softly but surely. It's one of the sexiest things she's ever heard.
I like that.
Stupid. It's so little actually about him, but it's like I don't see. I'm still having a hard time finding him.
I feel like I get it as your friend, but
You wouldn't get it as a stranger reader.
I don't know. Like, I get what I get it because these are conversations we have all the time. And I like that you're tackling like big issues in this setting. And I think you need I don't know, are you looking for
We're workshopping. I'm soliciting feedback.
Like, I get that, like, he's not saying anything deeply profound, but like to her it kind of is. And I think he's saying something meaningful, but I feel like he needs to sharpen what he's saying a little bit, and we need to believe, because he's still coming off a little bit like, I like my pencils and paper.
I can't. All I know is this guy's hot and he likes to draw. He loves to draw.
Yeah, and I think it is coming off a little bit that way, and I think, but I do think you're circling around something really good.
Girl, I don't know if I'll find it, but this is the work. This is Mama. Dread your hair and write. That's what she says.
Throw your dreads up in a messy bun. Right.
Handle it.
And handle it. Yeah. Yeah, and I also think, I don't know, I do really like, slight critical note.
Yeah.
I didn't really like when he says comrade, because it felt like he was kind of minimizing her.
I know. It's not good.
Sorry, I don't know why I'm being so critical.
Because we're workshopping, and it wasn't. Yeah. It's not.
But
good.
I think the vibe is good. I think what you're trying to achieve is good. But like,
ultimately, I want this kind of conversation to transpire, but not that conversation.
Yeah, like maybe he needs to say something about her work and why it's meaningful. I don't know.
Ooh, I like that.
To feel like it's a little bit more like he sees her. And like, even like, I don't know, and he sees these feelings that she's having and he gets it, but like maybe he makes this point about, architecture and then says, I don't know, or maybe I don't know,
asks a question for once.
Yeah, or maybe it's not even maybe it's not even so much about the work, but it's about like, I like that I get to work with people or something, like, I don't know. I feel like it's a little too close to, I don't know.
Are you saying it's too technical to drop AutoCAD?
Maybe that.
No, I know.
I want him to be a little more human. I think.
I can't stop writing their LinkedIn profiles. I just can't.
Maybe you need to make his Instagram instead.
Try his Tumblr.
He wouldn't have one. Yeah.
His journal.
Yeah. No, but I really like. I get where you're.
Girl,
where it's going.
There's nothing in there to like. But this is. I mean,
it's well written
to show
for the.
It's not.
I think it is.
It's. I think good to show the dark underbelly of the process
of what's happening here. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not all good.
No, it's really not. It's often bad. But,
so, for all you fucking stupid heads who are like, how's the writing going? Here you have it.
Really badly. When it's good, it's good. When it's bad, it's so bad. And that's sort of, to Annie's point, the work is or maybe to Annie's lover, Seth's point, the work is valuable.
I don't even know what point either of them was making.
Yeah, okay. So maybe that's actually...
Maybe start there.
So maybe we found the problem. And that's amazing.
Diagnosed.
Yeah. Hey, should we...
Let's.
I have a question for you.
Please?
What is the most romantic thing that happened to you this week?
So I'm taking us back to the top of the episode, back to Colorado, if you will. Hop in the car, to Julie and Colin's wedding. And I alluded to this earlier, but their vows were so beautiful, so moving. But my favorite part about them, the vows, was that they both, and I assume they didn't work on them together. I didn't ask, but like, you don't usually do that. Because it was, you know, it was a traditional writing of the vows where you like each have your notebook, you know. And they both kind of like alluded to the same thing, which was really sweet. Where like Julie's was like, you know, when I first met you in college, the only thing I really cared about was making you laugh. And like it kind of, you know, she did her vows, and then she was like, and I hope that never changes, basically. Like I just want to make you laugh forever, basically. And that in and of itself was moving, but then Colin did his, and he touched on a lot of different things too, but like he had the same point, basically. He was like, you know, he was like, I think I'm pretty funny, but like no one thinks they're funnier than you. You think you're the funniest person in the world, basically. And he was like, and you know, he ended with the same thing, like, all I care about is, I just, you know, making you laugh is the most important thing. And I do think the older I get, the more I think that that's the case in all relationships, is like making each other laugh is the most important thing. And someone that I was talking about this with Grace, my stand-up friend, recently, where she was like, I just know, she put it so succinctly, so well. She was like, I just know the person I'm going to end up with is someone I can talk to forever. And I think it's kind of the same ethos. So anyway, that really brought me to tears. All right, let's wrap it.